Can you tell me some of your favorite stories or memories about your best friend Jewell?
Hmm. Wow, man, dang, me and Joelle got so many juicy juice. Well, Joelle had this thing that she would say whenever a guy would have on shorts and he had nice calves and nice legs, Joelle would always be like, yeah, look at him right there. Yeah, he got the Magic Mountain legs. Yeah, that's the Magic Mountain legs. Whenever guys had the nice calves in the back, Jewel would be like, that's Magic Mountain legs. I was like, Jewel, what is Magic Mountain legs? She like, shit, that means you can walk through Magic Mountain with that nigga. Hit them legs can carry you. He can do this, that with them legs. That's them Magic Mountain legs. So to this day, when I see guys with nice calves, I be like, Magic Mountain legs. So, Jewel was very comical with like talking shit. And another thing that people didn't know about Jewel is Jewel never knew a celebrity out. Like she never knew nobody. You know what I'm saying? She was one of those kind that never knew nobody. So I would always have to pull her to the side and say who somebody was. Like Pharrell came up to her one night and he was talking to her and she was like, he's kind of cute, the little orange guy, the guy that had the all orange on, looking like a little construction worker. I'm like, you do not know who he is? She's like, I'm like, Jewel, this little boy is the new hottest little young producer. He did this, he did Khalees. I'm just naming all this shit. She's like, the guy that looked like the construction worker? I'm like, yes, Jewel, he's from Virginia. She didn't know, had no idea who the fuck he was. So she's one of those kind that wouldn't know nobody. I'd have to tell her, like, Jewel, be nice. Be nice. Get your good behavior on today. That's somebody. So that, and let me think what else, Jewel. Oh, my God. Jewel would always say that I was everybody's counselor. She would always be like, Lashelle, I don't know, if all of us paid you $20 for your counseling session, for you talking to us, you would be a millionaire right now. You or everybody, because it was like, even though like we were saying about all the girls hanging around me, even though I don't have any kids, it was like I was the mother figure. So it was like certain things they would let me see, then certain things they would try to hide from me like they were doing, and like, shh, don't let mama know, but I end up knowing anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was always one of those. And that fool Joelle, oh my God, she used to always think she was hiding stuff from me, but I would end up finding out. You know what I'm saying? She always thought she was getting away with something. I'd be like, Joelle, I know. I know, Joelle. I know. So, Joelle was one of those kind that she was the life of the party. So me and her kind of could get in a party and we could just like Wonder Twin activate, like boom. And, we'd do something like years ago, a guy that was known around LA, like, a known dude that was like a known drug dealer and everybody knew him. And he had came home from jail and he had a party at, I think it was the Sheraton Hotel by LAX, and it was like 700 people there. It was like all these fancy cars and shit, and I don't know if me and Jewell planned it or what the fuck happened, but it was like she went one way and I went the other way, and we was going up to all the guys because we knew it was all the balling dudes, and we was going up to every one of them like, let me, they'd be chill, Jewel. We'd be like, let me hold something, 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 till we had did that so much till it was dudes like telling them, like, Jewel, I just gave Lashelle something. Like we hitting up the same guys and shit. They telling us that. When we got back to the fucking hotel room, between me and Jewel, we then had $10,000 of let me hold something. I am not lying. It was so much fucking money. It was almost like we went to work or something. It was like we had so much, I mean, hundreds, tens, 20s. We had them in our pockets, our in the zipper parts of our purses and everywhere. We was just putting it in there. And I don't know, we did not plan it, but it was like we both went in there. Because I guess we was talking shit that we didn't have no money or something earlier maybe or something. And then when we got there and we seen all the guys who were there and we knew that everybody had cash on them that day, it was like we went through like hit them up. We hit up everybody. We was like, let me hold something, buy us a drink. And they'll give you $100 bills, be like, get your change. Oh my God. Me and Jewell, yeah. I miss my girl. If nobody, man, I miss Jewell. But it's a trip because as close as me and Jewell were and so tight, when Jewell moved away to Idaho, we saw each other like sparingly, like, maybe 2-3 times in a year, so it's almost now, even though she's gone, it's almost like she's in Idaho and I ain't talked to her, like it's a couple of days. And then it got real like on my birthday, because Jewell was the queen of calling me and just singing at the top of her voice, happy birthday, and I throw it on speaker like, y'all, here go Jewell, so when my birthday came out, didn't get that wake up call from her singing to the top of her voice, happy birthday. I miss that, So just those things. And then, little stuff, Jewel, we played good cop, bad cop. And I was always good cop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck, I gotta give me a bad cop. You know what I mean? I need my bad cop. Where is my bad cop? And Jewel was always bad cop. So now I miss my bad cop, that little part, because she would, I go in with the smooth, I butter everything up, and then Jewel lace it, like, yeah, but we gonna need, and then, by the time I just I go in, marinate the deal, and then Jewel come and negotiate it. She like, nah, that ain't gonna work. We need whoop the whoop the boot the bam. And oh yeah, and our hair gotta be done, and our nails and our feet and a whoop. Jewel was, she was the negotiator. Like I said, good cop, bad cop. She was perfect. I miss her though.
Can you share a little bit about how her services were? Because I know a lot of people wanted to pay their respects, but obviously it was a close
Well, actually, it was something that happened like, it was almost, Jewel passed on that Friday. Her mama gave her a service that Saturday. So it was like very quick, especially during right now, during the pandemic. Since the pandemic, a lot of services, it took really long, But her mom got instantly on it. And by it being in Dallas, Texas, where her mom was at, it was kind of hard for a lot of us from California to get out there. So what I did, like I told you, growing up, we were like 20 deep, and I just feel like to bury her, we needed to be 20 deep again, damn near, So a couple of friends, and it was such a trip because a lot of people said they were going to do things that didn't do them. That's here, no there, but industry people that Jewel helped do a lot of things for, didn't do it. But I'll tell you, my comedian crew of my people in the comedy world, they came together. You know what I mean? They came with their bread and helped the girl out. Lachelle, you trying to get down there? Because I could have flew myself down there and just went by myself. But I feel like for Jewel, it needed to be a road. This our last, we got to feel like we going to her last concert. You know what I'm saying? She need her tour bus coming. So we ended up getting the bus, and it was about 13, 14 of us all jumped in the bus and rode down from LA down to Texas, and we went and put her away and did it the way, she would have wanted it to be. But like I said, um, we knew Jewel the world, but to her mom and everybody, that was Jewel. And Jewel had both lives. Jewel grew up in church singing. When I met Jewel, Jewel couldn't even wear pants. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of church life she grew up in, you know. So Jewel had people from church that had been singing with Jewel since she was a kid. Then you had her industry people. So, you know, it was a lot there. So her mother was really burying her daughter, Jewel. You know what I'm saying? The Jewel was just the topper of who it was. So, you know, it wasn't about the industry and that part of the deal. You know what I'm saying? Her mother wanted to give her a proper church homegoing. You know what I'm saying? The way that she knows to do. You know what I'm saying? And like her son said, you know, Jewel's my mom, but Jewel's her daughter. So I'm gonna let my grandmother do what she chooses to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like even one of her little son, he wanted Jewel buried away in her red wig. You know, and Jewel's mom was like, "No way, no way." You know, not the red wig. You know, but he's a young boy, so you know, the new generations have different ways of way they see it and the celebration and so on and so on. You know, so it was really nice, but I had planned something out here in LA that, you know, people that loved her from out here that couldn't afford to get out there, we could just kind of pay respects to her. So we gave her an event out here, and, you know, we had it hooked up with all her pictures blowed up and played all her music, her different producers that worked with her. You have people like K Dub came down, him and John, they came and brought some stuff to us, like some death row stuff and all that, so we could have there. And then we had another friend that gave, like, had the bike that we raffled off there. And then Caviar let us use his studio. Meech came, DJ. You know, it was just so beautiful. Her boys were able to make it down, you know, and hang out with everybody. And you know, we gave donations to them and stuff like that. You know, it was really nice. You know, art helped us out a lot with a lot of different things too. You know, so it was the way it was supposed to be. You know, you know, sometimes you have in your mind what you want, but you know, things go the way it was supposed to, and that's just how it was beautiful though. I mean, man, when her mother laid her out beautiful, just her whole ceremony, she looked amazing. I mean, I have seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of dead corpse. Unfortunately, by the time I was 25, I had been to more funerals than my age. So that tell you that I've been to a lot of funerals and seen a lot of people die. So Jewel had to be in the top two dead people that I seen that was beautiful. First was my cousin that died with leukemia when she was 16. Now she had youth on her side too, you know, with her beauty, you know. So, but oh my God, Jewel was beautiful. She was amazing. I mean, it was just everything about her. From her eyelashes was still on, just everything. She looked so beautiful. Man, it was beautiful.
Ariode had mentioned that they wanted to do some sort of project to help her family. Did you hear anything about this?
Yeah, well, you know what was a trip? The girl Brandy that lived out there in Idaho with Jewel had actually told me that that night before Jewel had died, that she had just got off the phone with Harry O. And he was just telling her how he was going to do this, that for her, send for her to come down here, get her a place so she can be in California and do all this stuff and everything. I mean, just totally lift her spirits up. And you know, after she got off the phone with Harry O, she looked over at Brandy and said, "Dang, sister, why all this gotta happen right now and I'm sick?" She had told her that night before she passed early that morning. So yeah, she had talked to Harry O, and he had told her everything that he was planning on doing and everything. But you know, God's timing is not our timing, you know. And I just really thank somebody like him for, but Harry O has always been a good person when it came to like Jewell and the people like that. I've never heard nothing bad on Harry O. For real, real. Not just, I'm not trying to get no brownie points from the man, but I've never heard nothing bad on him. He's always been known to be a cool dude and handle his business and take shit to the next level. So the fact that he had even reached out to Jewel and had talked to her and all that, man, that hurt my heart even more because I know how much she really wanted that. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to be able to move back down to LA and get in the studios and work and just become back Jewel, but it was like her health was declining.